set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And off we go from Tampa. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On second down, Tompkins. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down. Looking to throw. Aldridge. And the catch made by Johnson. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on third down and 5. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play fake. Aldridge sliding out of the pocket. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Getting into the act on the opening drive here with a sack. And remember, they had 5 last week.
And they saw that on film, and that meant that they had to get together. Offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because everyone has to win against the defense and get the ball out of the hands of the quarterback very quickly.
Back to throw. Aldridge. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Off-play action. Samuels. And this is caught. Touchdown. Wait, hold a second here. A flag down. Let's see if this will stand. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty would do?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And really, we're talking a little more about the stakes of this game. Currently, these are the top two seeds in the NFC. I think they're the two best teams. Would you agree?
I think you can definitely make the case that they are, and I like where you're going with that. I do know that we've seen a couple of other teams along the way that would say, hey, don't forget about us. But your premise, I think, could be spot on. These could easily be the top two teams in the NFC.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Now, how about that call handed to the big guy in that situation? Normally you think of him as a real short yardage runner, but in this case, they trust him to get a few more yards than that. I remember an old New York Giants quarterback, a Super Bowl winning quarterback, telling me he loves offense coordinators who call the plays with a little bit of abandon.
On first down, Tompkins, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Well, this defense for the Bucs, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Second and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. Extra point forthcoming. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
To throw on second down. Samuels. Wide open receiver complete. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. A great effort there. With touchdown number 27, that ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Extra point attempt to come here. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first.
Nice little nifty play for them there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. So, Charles, you look at this offense, and really on paper at least, a great situation for them upcoming. They're unbeaten on the year, an open week coming up after this. So I guess my question, any worry that maybe this is coming at the wrong time?
Oh, definitely I would be worried about this game, maybe more than any other on this schedule, because I know my guys are looking ahead to that open week. I've got to keep them focused on the task ahead, make sure they take care of business in this one. Otherwise, you're talking about a double trap. The trap of losing the game and then having the open week and having to stew about it.
Now Aldridge on 3rd down. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this ball game, clearly the game of the year so far. It's not very often that you find 2 unbeaten teams playing each other this late in the season, but that's what we have here, 2 heavyweights in the NFL.
Right about that, and you think about recent memories, so let's take a little ginkgo right now and go down memory lane, right? 2007, 7-0 Colts, 8-0 Patriots. The Pats won 24-20. They ended up going 16-0 in the regular season before they lost in the Super Bowl against the Giants. How about 2015. 6-0 Broncos, 6-0 Packers. Denver won 29-10. And in 2020, Steelers and Titans were both 5-0. Pittsburgh won that one.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Samuels, left sideline, a dime, and it looks like he's got it. 3 catches now this afternoon, the same number he had all of last week. Also, it's a first down. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. And a give this time to the tailback. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Samuels. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field.
15. Mike, 15. Hey, pick your game up. 15's the Mike. 15's the...
On 1st and 10, Samuels. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and that is incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here. This close, sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
And they'll run again. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now a 3rd and goal situation as this Arizona defense tries to stand tall once more. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point attempt to follow here. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback, and he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. Looking to throw. Aldridge rolling to his right. There's a diving catch right side. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
When I played in the yard as a kid, I used to imitate the spectacular catches that I would see on TV. I don't think I ever imitated one quite that well.
Come on, give yourself some credit.
No, I know better. What we just saw there, that was pretty special.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Looking at a second and 11 now after the loss. Back to throw. Aldridge. He's got it. The tight end, Allen. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Off the play fake. Aldridge. They'll roll him out right. And he'll find Hall. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. Looking to throw. Aldridge. Well, into a sea of defenders, have intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Cardinals have got it going the other way. And they bring this one back. A scoop and score, a fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a one-score game.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Looking to throw on second down. Samuels. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
So this CD, it's obviously such a big game. We'll continue to talk about its importance as we go on, but I thought it was interesting. This head coach in his weekly media availability was asked who he would lean on in a game like this, and he said this is where you need your stars to shine their brightest.
And ordinarily, you would just tell them in a locker room setting, wouldn't you, in a meeting room setting? But he used the biggest stage he had, this media availability, and sounded the horn to his team. Told his stars, we don't want you to be solid in this game. We need you to be extraordinary. And sometimes that creates more pressure. But he also believed.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. With his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the second most in a single year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Extra point attempt here still to come. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. But it's caught. Tompkins. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Off play action. Aldridge. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Back to throw. Aldridge. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. Aldridge. He finds his target, Allen. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
And that's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Bucks with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Operating from the gun. Samuels. Looking sideline, incomplete.
You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
On first down, Samuels. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
A throw on the quick slant, going to be complete. A gain of 6 there on first. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On second down now, it's Watkins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Buccaneers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Now for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And they run the option on 2nd down. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Back to throw. Aldridge. His hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake. Samuels. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Well, they certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
From the gun on 3rd down. Samuels. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Line 15. Let's go.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And that's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. With touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And this Buccaneer offense is running away with this one. Now the try here for the point after. Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Aldridge. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Off play action. Aldridge. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he's on to kick it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. They'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Right back to him on first down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 93 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
15 the mic. I got 15. Watch the pass. Watch 15. Watch 15. 70 Lion. 6 man. Dragon 60. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Right, fellas, right.
Back to throw. Samuels. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Like 15. Like 15.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And his kick is indeed good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
2nd and 9 now. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Johnson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. Off the play fake. Aldridge. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Allen's got it complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. And to give this time to the tailback. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
You got tight right there. Check. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. 18 rebels.
Aldridge looking to throw on 2nd down. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. A try here for the extra point. And the lead drops from 34 to 27. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at
at the 15. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. They go play action here on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He has been nearly impossible to throw on all year long. If it was me, I'd say he could go ahead and book that trip to the NFL Awards show in February. He's going to be Defensive Player of the Year, I think. What do you think?
I would agree with you. And the reason why? Because he takes the ball away. Because he gets to the football. The only way a defensive back ever wins this award is because they have a number of interceptions, takeaways, knockdowns, all of that. Add it all together, he's created a lot of big plays.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Out to his left. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets it down to the 32. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
On 3rd down, Tompkins. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
42 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Aldridge now. Off play action. He'll buy some time right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 14. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Looking to throw. Samuels. He's going to wind up and air it out.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off at the 28. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And after all those wins that they've reeled off, it seems that they finally have met their match in a big 4th quarter hole. But still, what a run it's been. It feels like they have not lost.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 47. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, in a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Tampa Bay,
they make NFL history with this, their 17th win without a loss. A perfect 17-0 on the regular season.
And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Arizona, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And the playoffs will run through their house.